Well, I think there are several ways to look at it. First of all, from a public sector's perspective, the government or government-related organizations, how are they applying IT security? Second, how do they monitor or promote and make the community aware about the importance of IT community from that perspective. And finally, from a policy perspective or even regulatory perspective, what are the things that a government or public organization needs to do in order to make sure that the IT environment in Hong Kong or any territory make it secure. Now, I think these are the main areas that I would look at when we talk about IT security in the public perspective. Well, the government, at least in Hong Kong, the Office of the Government Chief Information Officer, OGCIO, they actually do publish an internal guideline on various aspects of IT security. Now, however, whether or not each and every department follow the guideline, sometimes it is not entirely within the control of the so-called CIO's office. So that sometimes might pose a problem. However, I think in general, most of the departments follow the guidelines. But of course, there are also circumstances where sometimes the guidelines might not be very clear, or in some cases, retrospectively, it is proven to be not very up to date. I mean, that sort of thing sometimes happens. But by and large, yes, the government do have an organization in Hong Kong to take care of publishing internal guidelines. I hope there is a definitive custodian of IT security, but sometimes that may not be necessarily possible. Like I said, in Hong Kong, the Office of Government Chief Information Officer, OGCIO, is responsible for publishing and defining the guidelines. But because they don't have jurisdiction about on top of all the departments, or even when it comes to some of the subvented organizations, they are not exactly under government control. I mean, public organizations do include purely government organizations as well as government-funded organizations. They are quite independent of the government. They cannot enforce all of these directives or guidelines onto everybody. So when they cannot enforce, they cannot be responsible. So in that sense, they might not be the ultimate custodian. So different people or different organizations are their own custodians. There isn't a single party that will say, I'm responsible for everything. Unfortunately, that's the situation in Hong Kong, like it or not. And but of course, besides the Office of Government Chief Information Officer, there's also a CERT organization. As in many other countries or territories. CERT meaning Computer Emergency Response Team. Of course, that organization is lesser of an enforcement body as an education or awareness or emergency response handling or coordinating party. So that organization is actually also funded by the government, but it doesn't have any enforcement power. What it does is it follows what's happening all over the world, publish what it has found out about the latest malware or virus and so on, and publish it to the whole community, and hope that other people are doing what's needed to be done. But that's about all they can do.